Hi guys, welcome to my channel, Kate's Creative Space. I'm Kate, and in today's video, we're doing a little comparison. Okay, so a few weeks ago, I unboxed two pressed and placed kits on my channel. I purchased them myself and was excited to try out the company and excited to see what they have to offer. Since then, I've seen a ton of people ordering pressed and placed kits and unboxing them and talking about them, and I'm really glad that this company is getting some hype because I'm really excited for all the things that they have going. I've heard nothing but good things. I have not started my press and place kit yet. I was getting ready for that to be my next project. I was thinking about doing Under the Sea, which is one of the two kits that I purchased. But then Amber from Press and Place a couple of weeks ago announced that they were moving from their hybrid computer charted kits over to hand rendered kits, and that every few weeks there was going to be more hand rendered options added to the website. And one of the first hand rendered kits that they released is one of the kits that I had just purchased. And I was so excited, and I commented, I was like, oh, I'm so tempted to get this kit and maybe try to do like a little comparison between the hybrid charter that I already own. And Amber actually reached out and emailed me, and she's like, that's a great idea. How about I send you the hand rendered kit and you can compare them? And I was like, awesome, thank you so much. So thank you to Amber and Press and Place for sending me over the hand charted version of this kit. I purchased the hybrid with my own money, but I'm so excited to have both of them so that I can do like a full compare and contrast video for you guys. So I'm going to pull out the kits. I think this might be a two-part video because I want to introduce the concept to you guys so that I can show it on my vlogs when I'm working on it. And I'm gonna have a couple sections done in this video, but it's gonna take some time to get the entire thing done. So I might either do like a second part later. I might even do like a third part depending on how long it takes me. My hand charted one got a little banged up in the mail, but I'm sure everything inside of it is gonna be fine. Anyways, so I might try to break this up into a couple parts, but today we're gonna pull them out and look at them, see if we can see any obvious differences. I am going to kit them up and work on a couple sections, and I'm just really excited to do this. I've never done anything like this before. The biggest thing will be not mixing them up. So we're going to put computer or hybrid over here and hand over here. Hand on the right. Okay. Okay, so I've opened up this hybrid one for you guys and unboxed it already. Sorry, that was kind of loud and obnoxious. I've unboxed it for you guys already. But this is Cozy Reading Nook by Brittany Keller. I'm gonna fold it backwards so you can see it. Brittany Keller is such an amazing artist, and I've seen a couple more kits from Press and Place. They have of hers on their shop, and I'm really excited that Press and Place is going to be starting to offer hand rendered kits. They do cost a little bit more because the process to hand render something, you have to pay somebody to go in and hand render every single pixel of the kit, and so obviously that takes a lot of time. So paying somebody to do that is going to increase the price of the kit overall. They are, as of right now, still leaving the hybrid version of their kits on the website. So for instance, this kit here is on the website twice, but the hand rendered version has hand rendered in the title of the kit. So there is an entire hand rendered section on the website that you can click on to see all the ones that are hand rendered. And every week it feels like very, very quickly, they're adding more and more hand rendered kits to the site. So this is the hand rendered one, or the computer charted one. So basically this version went through a computer software that transferred the image from the artwork image into like the pixels of the diamonds. They did that through a computer charted system. I need to check with Amber to see if they have hand touch-ups on it or not, but we're going to do a really good comparison between this one, a computer version, and the hand rendered version. I'm very, very excited to see the difference. So this is the one that I have already unboxed on the kit. It does have, I mean, it has, so the reason that people don't love the hybrid or hand or computer, my goodness, I need to focus on my words. The reason that people don't love the hybrid version of these is that sometimes, obviously, a computer is going to just replicate what it sees, but it's not a perfect system, and you get a lot of unnecessary confetti is what it is. So like all of this detailing in the floor, for example, if you have to compare it to a picture of the original artwork to know, is this confetti needed to make it look exactly like the image, or is it kind of unnecessary confetti? Another example maybe be like up here in the windows. Is this needed confetti or to make the image match, or is this unnecessary? And I think we'll really get a good feel of that when we open up the next kit and compare the two. And we'll get an even better feel when I work on them. And I'm so excited. Okay. Pull out this one. I don't even know if I would assume it would be the same drill, like the amount of drills. Here is the toolkit. Open this up real fast so you guys can really see what's included. I'm all over the place with my thoughts. I apologize. You get a little tray, you get a pen, standard, and a squishy, a multi-placer. Actually, you get 2 multi-placers. You get your tweezers. You get washi tape and a cover minder. This looks like a chair, but it's like a banana chair. Is that right? Like a chair, but it almost, the edges kind of look like bananas. It's interesting. And then a thing of washi tape. Oh, this is cute. It's like blueberry themed. And then you get your wax. What was I saying? I'm so sorry. I feel a little all over the place. I don't even know if the number of drills and the colors are all the same. Obviously the number would be different because the charting's different. I'm kind of hoping the symbols still match, but I'm not positive. Let's see. What did I do with the stickers for this kit? Oh, there. They got stuck in the box. Here they are. So here are the stickers for the hybrid, and here are the stickers for the hand. The sticker sheet went through improvements and upgrades. Amber let me know that when I unboxed. This one only has 33 colors, the hand charted, whereas the hybrid has 42. So already tells me that they cleaned up a lot of unnecessary confetti, and it still matches the image because they were able to match the image in 33 colors, whereas hybrid matched it in 42 colors. So that right off the bat tells me it's cleaned up quite a bit. There's going to be a big difference on these. That's kind of interesting for sure. So the colors are different symbols too. Like 154 is a capital A. Over here, 154 is a star that's circled. This is not a big deal to people that are going to be working on these kits, because I think it's a really rare occurrence that you're going to be working on them both at the same time, unless you're like making this video. So I don't see that affecting anybody except for me. So that's not even really worth noting. But I was going to see special drills. So this one has 1, 2, 3 AB, 1 SJ, which I'm not quite sure what that is, 2 X's, and 2 ZGs. And this one has 1, 2, 3, 4 ABs and 2 ZGs. So the special drills are really different on both of them too. That will be really interesting to see. Okay. I'm doing my best to not get all of this mixed up. Hybrid goes over here. Let's look at the actual kit. I got everything the same. I wanted to be as similar as possible. So I got the sprayed edges, which that is just a blown up picture of the artwork on the edge there. And it's blurred, and it gives it a really cool effect. Like the picture didn't stop at the edge of the drill field. You do not get your symbol legend on the side when you get the sprayed edges, but that doesn't bother me. And it is a free edition, which is really cool. Okay. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, I already like it. Let's see. I'm going to put the hand rendered on top. So look at the window of the hybrid, all of this confetti here, whereas the hand rendered, it blends so much better and there's not as much confetti in that. Her skin tone looks a lot more cleaned up. However, I will say, you don't know until you have drills down, right? I don't know exactly what these colors are until you have drills down. But even like in the blanket, look at the difference between the blankets. This is going to be so fun to do these kits. Or right here, you see all of this shading, all these different colors. Let's zoom in a little bit. That's kind of a lot of confetti, right? And then over here, it still has shading. It still has 2 different colors, maybe even 3 colors, but it just looks a lot more cleaned up. Also, like right here, look, all of this is confetti. And this definitely has more than one color to give you a shading, but it's not this overwhelming. This is a very overwhelming amount of confetti, and this looks so much more cleaned up. Oh, I'm really excited. The one thing that stands out to me is this plant right here. It's like, I don't know. Let's see the original artwork again. Yeah, in the original artwork, it is kind of a brownish color. It would match that. Whereas in this artwork here, it's green. It's like they brightened up the entire image, and that is a green plant. Interesting. I want to go on to Brittany Keller's Instagram and see which one is closer to hers, because that's like a color difference, which is really interesting. Like the color of this plant compared to the green brightness of this plant. I like the green better, I'm not gonna lie, but I really am interested to see what Brittany Keller's original artwork had that coloring as. Because it's kind of cool. I mean, I don't think I'm gonna get them mixed up anymore because they're very different. And you can, I mean, noticeably see it being cleaned up in the hand rendered. Look at this. This is like color blocking chunks. And over here, this exact same part of the wall, look at all that confetti in there. So, but now some people really like hybrid, my goodness. Some people really like hybrid charting because it blends so much better. So I'm really interested to see, when you go through the work of confetti, you get details. Now, yeah, some of it might be unnecessary, but some of it might be necessary. You also don't really know until you try it. So I think hybrid charting still has its place. There are some people who swear by hybrid charting. They only want hybrid charting. They like the effect of the colors blending together. I think that a lot of these shades are probably really similar, which is how the hand-rendered artist was able to eliminate so many of them in this kit. But you also, you're not going to know until you see it. And I'm not going to know until I see it. So I'm actually very excited to work on this project. I'm very excited. It's going to be a lot of fun. So I am going to kit both of these kits up. And my plan is to work on the sections at the same time. So like starting here, working on this section, and then immediately going to this section. Eventually I might go row by row, do a row of this one and then a row of this one. I want to do them very close together so that I can remember as best I can what each one is, basically, if that makes sense. I'm hoping it does. I'm excited about this though. So I'm going to kit both of these up and I will report back and I'll show you some drills on the canvas so we can truly compare. Okay guys, I have an update. I have finished the first row of both of these kits. The way I'm handling this is I do a section of the hybrid kit, or at the end I did 2 sections, and then I go in and immediately do the hand rendered version right after that. We all know there's big differences in this kit. We can see that just from putting the 2 uncompleted kits next to each other. But now that I'm working on them, I definitely can feel a huge difference. The hand charted kit goes a lot faster because it doesn't have a ton of the, I do feel like this is a little bit of unnecessary color blocking. Like the hand charted here, you still get some shading differences and you still see some details here, but it's a lot of color blocking. Whereas up here, you get the shading differences, but it's just a lot more pixelated, and I feel a little more unnecessary. Like, you know that this was computer charted because you get a lot of color changes in here that just don't feel completely necessary, in my opinion. It can be achieved with less, I feel like. Like, look at all of this confetti in the rug. That was a little tedious to get through. And then at the end of the day, when you pull back, it doesn't totally feel like it needs to be there. Now, there is more of a blending effect to this type of kit. Like a hybrid charted kit makes the colors kind of blend because you do have so many variants, but I feel like it can be achieved with just the different shadings that are on this hand charted one. The biggest difference that I felt so far was the books. The hybrid charted books, just, there's so many special drills right here in the corner, and I love special drills as much as the next person. I just didn't feel like they really went here. I like special drills when they're charted with purpose. So there's ABs here, there's moon dust here. This is either their, I think it's their prism drill. Let me check the name of it. It's their, I think it's their crystal prism, if I had to guess. It could also be their cosmic glitter, but I think it's their crystal prism. It's like a crystal drill. And it's so cool that there are, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4 special drills in this section. I just don't think they're necessary in this stack of books. Like, I don't need this stack of books to have that much glitter to them. So when I did it in the hand charted, I was really eager to see, is the stack of books gonna have any specials? And it does not. I also just like that the pages make more sense. Like, you can tell that these are books a little bit more. The pages are all that kind of cream colored. The spines look good. They have, like I said, shading differences to them. But yeah, I think I like the hand charted better. I'm not done. I'm only 1 row in. I'm excited to work on both of them. I really am enjoying both of them. I like the process of diamond painting this. There is a ton of confetti, like I said, but I like confetti, so it's not bothering me necessarily to work on this. I'm not slogging through it by any means. I do think I just like the finished look of this kit better when I pull back and look at it. The overall diamond painting experience for both these kits is like 10 out of 10. The glue is great. The drills are great. I'm not having a lot of trash. I'm not having a lot of gapping. I'm really, really enjoying these kits. And so when I do work on them, I'm, like I said, by no means like feeling like I have to slog through them. I am really having a lot of fun, actually. In fact, I had 2 sections left and I was like, I'm going to do them all. I've been really getting into bigger sections. And so I think the next section that we go on for this will be even bigger. Maybe that big. Maybe I'll go down like bottom of our braid. Because I'm enjoying the bigger sections and I'm enjoying seeing this kit come to life. And I love comparing the two. So we knew there was going to be big differences just by seeing them next to each other. I cannot wait to work on her face. I can't wait to see how different her face looks in both kits. And I also think the window will be a lot of fun to see the differences in. But yeah, I think the results kind of speak for themselves. You can really see if like you like this kind of gradient color look. Maybe the hybrid charts are for you. If not, Press & Place is coming out with a ton of in fact, every week they're taking the kits that they have hybrid charted on their website and adding them as hand charted alternatives. So I'm gonna do another row before I wrap up part 1 of this video, and we'll come back and talk just a little bit more in a bit. Okay, I just finished the next row on my pressed and placed hand rendered version of this kit. So I have 2 good chunks done now, and I'm trying to decide, 1, should I wrap up a video here and make it a part 1 and do the rest in part 2, or keep going and make it 1 long video? And 2, I have something I needed to talk to you guys about. I was doing this section really big, and I put my elbow right here on the kit for a good 20 minutes while I was doing this blue color, not aware that I didn't have the cover down on it. Now I want to talk to you guys about this because I'm completely and totally transparent in my videos, but I will preface with, I think this is a lot of user error. But I did a lot of this blue for like 20-30 minutes, looked down, realized that my elbow was straight up on the canvas, peeled my elbow off, and there's like no stick on this, right? So I got out a baby wipe, because if I stick paper on it, I've been able to wipe off the paper and the stick comes back anytime I've ever done that. I got out a baby wipe and I wiped it down, and a little bit of the stick came back after it dried, but not enough that when I was trying to place the drills, they would all leave my pen and go onto the canvas. So I was like, okay, I got out the baby wipe again. Maybe I was wiping too aggressively. I started wiping and wiping and wiping, and then I started seeing the glue rolling off of it the more I wiped. So I immediately was like, okay, stop wiping it because you're wiping off the glue. But then I was like, is that the glue, or was that like something that was on the canvas making it not sticky? So I started kind of poking at it. And like I said, this is probably user error, because I feel like anybody else would have been smart enough to be like, you're pulling off the glue, stop. But I just kept wiping at it and I kept messing with it. And now there's like no stick here at all. Like you can hear it. Okay, there's a little stick there. It still sounds, but not enough that I could stick drills on it. So I purchased a bottle of adhesive and I'm gonna put it on, and honestly, I've never ever had a problem like this, so I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm gonna just put a little adhesive down and get these drills back on, and hopefully that'll be it. But I just wanted to let you guys know, watch your elbow, and if you're baby wiping a kit and you see things peeling off of it, like a little line of like glue, maybe stop wiping it, because I think I did way more harm than good. But any other time I've used the baby wipe, the sticks come back. So I don't know if this is a glue thing. This is my first press and place kit. I have had no issues with their glue though. No slipping, no stick, like no non-stick besides the area where I stuck my elbow. I've had no issues with their glue. So I am gonna chalk this up to like a one-off, my kind of bad thing. If it happens consistently, I'll let you guys know. You should be able to stick your elbow on a kit for a few seconds and it not be a big deal. I think I messed up. I really do. I think this was more me, but I like to be honest with you guys. I like to let you guys know what's going on. So I need to put a little adhesive on here and put these drills down. I've never done that before. I'm a little nervous. But I will update you guys or show you the process, or kind of, I actually don't even know what video this is going in. It could be going in the comparison video. It could be going in the vlog. I'm not 100% sure. But I like to be completely transparent with what's going on with my kits. And this happened, so I need to deal with it. And then we'll get some drills on and move on from it. So other than that, I'm having a great time with it. If I hadn't stuck my elbow on it, it would have been fine, because I had no issues with the glue before my elbow rested on there for a while. So and it was on there for like I said, a good chunk of time. It wasn't like a second thing. I was in the zone and not paying attention. But yeah, I'm about trying to decide now, should I wrap it up and make a part 1, or should I keep going and just film like one big jumbo video? I will let you know what I decide with that, because I still don't know. But this is the hand rendered version of the kit and I'm really loving it. It's turning out great. I'm having so much fun with it, and it's so much fun. So thought I'd check in with you guys. Like I said, don't even really know what video this is going in, but thought I'd talk about this experience, and I will keep you posted on that. Hi friends. Okay, I am back and I'm getting ready. It's been, I know I filmed it. I know I talked about it and I filmed it. It's been a minute for me personally, but I am back to put the glue on this little section. I know I already filmed the clip talking about my issue with this little section, but now today's the day to fix it. So I got this little kit of adhesive on Amazon. Today's the day I'm going to try to fix it. I'm a little nervous because I've never done anything like this before, but I think it's going to be okay. I'm hoping it's going to be okay. And we're going to put some glue on here and see how it goes. The directions say to put the glue on and then put the drills on and then let it dry. I would have thought you put the glue on and then let it dry and then put the drills on, but that is not the case. Now there's like 15 different attachment heads for this thing. So we're just going to do our best here, and we are going to put some glue on this little patch here, and I'm very nervous. You're going to get a good shot of my head here. I'm trying to find what tip I want to use. This is very precise. Maybe I'll do, I'm just going to do this and see what happens. I'm nervous. Okay. Oh, that's, yeah, I almost feel like I need like a paintbrush. because that's pretty thick. Yeah. I don't want it on the other drills. Maybe it's like painting. I'm going to do a little trim. Can you see through my head? A little trim here. Sorry, it's hard enough to do this, but also to make sure you guys can see it. I have no idea what I'm doing. This takes constant. Oh, it's coming off. Ah, okay. Crud. Go back on. See if I can do this without making a big giant mess. I wish it had come with a little paintbrush. I feel like that would have been. Yeah, it came off again. I feel like a paintbrush is the move here. Let me see if I have something. I do have like a little paintbrush. We'll put a little glob here and then, yeah, kind of just try to. I might have put on too much. Get a paper towel and wipe some of it off or something. Yeah, I put on way too much. Darn it. I'm not good at this, guys. Okay, I have a little paper towel. I'm just going to kind of get a little of this up. A little dabbing to get some of that glue up. And then let's kind of, nope. Okay, that looks kind of good. I'm really worried that it told me not to. Oh my gosh, get off. All right, I'll use a baby wipe on that. I'm worried that they told me to put the drills down now. So we're gonna do that real fast and then I will come back. Okay, in the interest of doing this together, I put the first amount down and glue just like squirted up everywhere. And I was like, okay, that's way too much glue. So I went ahead and dabbed it a little bit more to look like this. And now I'm placing the drills down, but it's hard because they're not sticking because the glue's all wet. I don't understand why I'm supposed to put the drills down and then let the glue dry, because when I don't know, this doesn't make a ton of sense to me. My instinct is to let the glue dry and then stick the drills on it. But the directions say not to. So luckily this is a tiny patch of this diamond painting. I'm trying to just get them on there as gently as possible. It's like so slippery because the glue's, I mean, I just put it on, the glue's not cured. But yeah, it's like you have to be so careful. So that's kind of the process I'm gonna take with it. You guys don't have to watch me do this whole thing. But I will check back in. It said 1 to 2 hours to dry. I feel like the middle doesn't have enough glue on it. It was like way too much. Now I feel like it's not enough. Doing new things is hard, so. But that's why I kind of wanted to document it for you guys. So you could experience it with me. Maybe I didn't get like name brand glue either. I just got Diamond Painting Repair. Oh, is that name brand? No, it's not. Dart. Maybe I should have gotten some name brand glue. That could be part of this whole thing. It's definitely drying. It's getting more sticky. I want to get the drills on before it dries too much. I will finish putting the drills on and I will check back in with you guys and let you know how it's going. Okay, I got the drills on. This is the area right here. So you might not have even been in frame that whole time. That's fun. I hope you were. I got the drills on right here We're gonna let it dry and see what happens. You can see a little bit of the glue here and stuff. I wiped it with the baby wipe as best I could, but they're sliding all over the place. They're being a little crazy, so I'm just gonna leave it for like 2 hours and then I will come back and update you. Quick follow-up for you guys. It is the next day. The glue has fully cured and dried on here. I don't see any residual on top of it. And I think it did its job because they're not going anywhere. They seem pretty attached in there. This is the little section that I did. It does have like a tiny bit less of a shine on there. I think that if I put took a wet washcloth to it, it would fix it, but problem solved. I'm impressed. Okay guys, I have made significant progress on both kits and I have decided to make this one big jumbo video. So I thought this would be a good point to stop and talk to you guys about how I'm feeling about them. So we have those 2 big rows that I've been showing you completed down here, and then 1 big giant row completed up here. And this is all that is left of the kit. So I was really hoping to turn that into 2 giant rows. That might be a big ask. It might be, there's like a little crease mark for me folding it, and I feel like there and there would be the perfect point to make 3 rows. But I really kind of want to do it in 2 and do 1 over her head and make these big giant sections. I could section it into 5 sections or 4 sections instead of the 3 that I've been doing. But I kind of like the idea of doing this in 2 more rows. My goal is to finish this kit, both of these kits, in August, and today is the 7th. So I'm doing pretty good. I got a shot at it if I focus. So let's talk a little bit, I got a drill popping, about my experience on hybrid versus hand rendered. Obviously we'll do like a big talk at the end. But right now, I'm really enjoying both of them. And I know that sounds like such a cop-out. For reference, this is the hybrid. This is the hand-rendered. I know that sounds like kind of a cop-out, but I really am. I'm enjoying both of these kits immensely. I will say the couple things that I have observed when it comes to the kit is that the hand-rendered kind of does a better job matching the colors to the original artwork. Like, especially like, you know, like the color of the blanket and the color of the books, and it just kind of matches a little bit better. Most notably, like the color of these plants up here. The hybrid, which is this one, it charted it more brown, whereas the hand rendered, it charted it green, but it gave it like a brownish green hue to it, if that makes sense. For reference, here's a picture of the original artwork off of Brittany Keller's Instagram. So you can kind of compare a little bit yourself as well. The hybrid does have a little bit more confetti, and I would call it unnecessary confetti just because you can do it in the hand rendered and it works. So like in this section, most notably here, let's look. This section here, you see how checkerboarded this is with 3 or so different colors of pinks and purples? That's just not necessary. And in the hand rendered version, it's not there at all. This is just pure color blocking of 1 color. And that's what it, like, it's easy. It's okay to have it like that. It does not take away from the artwork, not having all of these checkerboarded colors in there. Similarly, like, so there's some checkerboarding of colors in this, but it's to match the original artwork, this window here. Whereas this one here, it kind of feels like, because this is all checkerboarded in here. I don't know how much you can tell how many colors are in this. There's so many different shades of blue in here that just aren't super needed. Whereas up here, it's just 1 shade of blue. So now even this one has its moments of confetti, but I just feel like those are like the necessary confetti to match the artwork. Whereas this feels a little bit unnecessary in some points. Now I like confetti though, so like it doesn't bother me. It doesn't make me not want to work on it. I am by no means dreading working on the hybrid version of this kit. The only other thing that I have observed that I immensely like better is that the hybrid kit, the special drills, are just kind of in weird spots. because the computer put them in, right? So there's iridescent in this up in here, which doesn't feel like it really fits because it's just kind of speckled right there. And there's nothing in the sky that should be iridescent. There's no stars or anything. Like, there's no reason for iridescence to be there. There's also a ton of fairy dust in this window that just doesn't feel like it totally fits. They'll throw in like a random like chunk of dust drills here, like orange dust here and red dust here, and it just feels like they threw in specials because it's a computer, whereas it's a lot more intentional with the hand charted version, where like you see a whole entire book, or you see like just spines or just parts of the book. Let's look down here as well. The bottom part of the kit, this especially, I was like, what is all this doing here? Like, it's a stack of books. I just didn't feel like it needed enhancement with dust drills, and they took it out in the hand rendered version, which I thought was a good call. The side of this pillow, like, things in my mind, like pillows, they don't need to be shiny because pillows are a fabric material. So I don't know, I just kind of struggle with like, this didn't need enhancing, and or like this edge of the book that is not facing the light, it's not a highlight effect, it's like the back shadowing effect, and then the back shadow doesn't need the effect. The front, like where the light hits it, needs like a highlight effect. I don't know, I think of like, I am by no means an artist, but my only expertise is like coloring, where you want it to be lighter in certain areas where the light's hitting it. But I'm not insulting anyone by saying that, because a computer did this, right? This wood table, why these specials don't need to be there. So that's the one reason I'm leaning more towards the hand rendered. The hand rendered is intentional. Amber's manufacturers go in and tell you where they think the special drills would look best. And I know in the future, Amber's even planning on doing more with the special drills to make them incredibly intentional. And I think that that's such a smart move, because the drills being in weird spots, the special drills was kind of like my number one. Like, I don't love the hybrid kit for that reason. And I think that is super smart. Going forward with her hand render, she's going to be even more intentional about where the special drills go. Now, I think the specials look pretty good in this kit. They do. So I'm impressed, and I'm having so much fun. But yeah, I'll try to how about I put a picture of both kits up here so you can like see the full thing compared side to side. But I'm having fun with both these kits. You would think it would get stale working on the same kit and then working on the same section again. It's not, though. It's really not. And I've had other whips in between this, so maybe that's part of it, but I'm really not struggling with it. I'm having fun. I'm having a lot of fun and ready to keep going and try to get this project wrapped up for you guys in August and give you a whole final spiel of my thoughts. So thank you for watching this little segment here. I think most notably, her face is going to be so different from the hand charted to the hybrid kit, and I cannot wait to see that come together. But of course, I'm going to do that part last. So like, just even looking at this section here, this looks so much less intimidating. This is now the hand rendered, the hybrids over here, compared to this. This looks a little intimidating of a section to work on. I don't know, some reason it just doesn't seem as crazy over here. And I will say I am definitely logging more time on this one. I'm not logging exact times of how long I'm spending on each kit, but I know it takes me longer to do these sections than it does to do those. So there are my thoughts for now. I can't wait to check back in with you guys very soon, and we'll keep comparing. Okay, guys, I am officially down to one section here, little tiny section, one little tiny section here. We are almost done with my big comparison project. There they are, side by side. I'm so excited. I'm going to switch back to hybrid tonight and get that one done. I'm hoping I can get hand rendered finished tonight too, but if not, hopefully in the morning, because then I'm thinking tomorrow I can film my last clip about it and have the video up for Saturday, which would be really fun. Oh my goodness, they both look so good. I'm really excited to be finished with this project, but yeah, only this much more of this girl. and similar section on the other side. I'm really excited. So here's the hand rendered. Hand rendered pulls a lot darker, a lot crisper, I feel like. Whereas hybrid rendered, lighter, softer. Cannot wait to finish comparing the two. Like, look at the plant in the hand rendered, or the hybrid, and look at the plant in the hand rendered. Very different. They're definitely so different. All right, hopefully I can finish it up. I'm excited. Okay, running into my first snag, which is a bummer because I'm on my last section and I don't want any snags because I really want to finish this kit tonight. I am out of capital F. I just ran out. I've got 2 up here that I need, 2 here that I need, maybe a dozen or so in this area here and here. I checked the hand rendered kit. It does not have this color in it. The hand rendered kit has less colors than this kit does. They eliminated a lot of unnecessary colors, I think, in the hand rendered version. So honestly, what I'm thinking about doing is just trying to find a light pink shade that matches very closely, because there are some shades in this kit that are so similar, and sticking that in there. I had enough to do all this up here. But yeah, say about 4, 8, 12, 13, like 20 drills short. So I'll update you on what I decide to do, but I am finishing this kit tonight, so something's going in there, that's for sure. Okay, I pulled some capital F's out of here because I wanted the correct colors in her body. I think that's the most important. This window is full of speckles anyways from like the computer charting. See all the speckling that's been in this window this whole time. So adding the dark pink in here to speckle it just an extra little bit more. I'm just adding this dark pink color in some of the light pink spots. I don't think it's gonna make any big difference because, like I said, the whole thing's been like speckled like that. So I'm getting ready to add lowercase f into these capital F. This is all of the F that I'm missing, not a lot, but I did go in and fill it. I pulled it up from here and filled it in here because I thought her body was the most important place to have it right. And then once I filled this in, I'm all done. It looks so good. And I'll even have time to start on the other one tonight. You guys, I finished my comparison project. I'm so excited. All done with them both. I'm pumped. Okay, I just showed you guys kind of like a little video close-up of them both, but now we're gonna kind of go through them one by one. Oh, I just knocked some drills out here. Let's fix that real fast. Go through them, you know, kind of side by side and compare and talk and stuff. Overall, this was such a fun experience, and I really have learned quite a bit about how I personally feel about like hand rendered versus hybrid rendered. Right off the bat, I'm gonna say biggest comparison is this one just feels softer. It blends, it feels softer, it kind of has like a more muted color palette. I especially see the softness of it up in here, and I see the softness of it just kind of overall when you look at it. It just feels softer and kind of less intense with the lining, like the outlining, whereas then you pull this on top of it, it feels a little bolder, deeper. The outlines of things stand out a little bit more. It feels crisper is the word I'm gonna go with, crisper. So let's compare a couple of things like side by side. How about? Okay, let's start with like these 2 windows. You can definitely see the difference here. They use darker colors and it's not as much confetti, but it still has its moments of confetti. And then over here, there's extra confetti here and here. The colors are a little bit softer when you compare those 2. Let's compare the bookshelves now. See what I'm talking about? Where you can just see the outlining here because the background is dark on these bookshelves, but over here it's a little more speckled. It's just softer. It blends a little bit nicer. I will say the plant looks better in the hand rendered and closer to what her Instagram vision is. But I just think having these dark, solid backgrounds with the items on top makes it pop like a bookshelf would in real life. Whereas this kind of all kind of blends a little bit more together. The other thing that I have noticed is that the special drills are significantly better on the hand rendered kit because someone hand placed them, whereas I felt on the hybrid charted they didn't make total sense. Like here it makes sense, right, because it's the glow of the lamp, so they continued that here. But there was just some places on this kit where like the special drills didn't fully make sense. Like they had some here. This is another example of like this really blends into the chair and this like pops out a little bit more from the chair. They had like specials over here, which I didn't think made sense. I think I talked about this before. I've been working on these kits for a few months now. So hand rendered's on top now, bright and bold, and then just a little more muted. More special drills didn't totally make sense here. This was a lot to place diamond painting wise. This was so much confetti. It was cleaned up a lot over here. And then let's look at her face. Yeah. Now I will say the non-drilled down version, her face looked kind of scary in the hybrid charted kit, but once you put the drills on it, it actually looks really good. I think that the hybrid version of her face almost looks better than the hand rendered version, which surprised me because I thought that the hybrid looked scary without the drills on. But when I do compare the two, I almost think maybe it was too much AB up in here. Some of the pink from like the top of her head, I feel like could have gotten taken out. Let's zoom in just a little bit. Like it's almost like she blends into the background wall here. And I think that the skin tone is a little too orange on her when you see it. And I don't know if I would put the ABs on her legs and stuff because I just don't think it's necessary to have shine there. And then, yeah, there was a lot of AB in her face and her hair that I didn't absolutely love. So I will say that's the one time I thought the specials weren't charted the best on the hand rendered kit, and I thought that the hybrid actually looked better. When you look at her skin tone here, without the drills on, it looked so much better, but with the drills on, I think I much prefer how this looks, like her head shape, the way her hair looks. I think that without the ABs, it looks a little bit better. Make sure we're in frame here. Without the ABs, it actually even looks a little bit better. Now, I don't like the ABs in the book here and going in between her fingers. I don't think that makes a ton of sense, but like comparing the two together, let's zoom out a little bit so we can compare them together. I think they both look great, but this is the only time in the whole kit I actually like the hybrid better, which is a shame because that's the focal point of the piece. It's similar though. I will say like her eyebrows pop a little bit more, her hair pops a little bit more. In this one scenario of the whole kit, like the way her face looks better on this one to this one. The rest of the kit, I think I like everything about the hand rendered better. Now, hybrid rendered kits have a little more work to them, but if you like the softer effect of how the diamond painting looks at the end, like maybe the extra confetti doesn't bother you. I kind of wish there could be like a happy medium between like the softer feeling of this part, but then like I about did not love this section right here with just all that that confetti just felt completely unnecessary to me. I will say this also was my very first pressed in place experience ever doing both these kits, and in the couple months that it's taken me to finish both these kits, Press in Place has made just massive improvements, constant improvements. So it's almost like a little unfair to be judging them for these kits because they have already improved a lot of the things that I'm probably going to talk to you about. But I am still going to talk to you about it because it is a review and we're going to be thorough, right? I will say the glue dried fine here. It looks just a tiny bit dirty, but I think if I wiped it with a wet cloth, it'd be fine. That's like the glue, not the drills, for me gluing those into place, and that was not a big deal. And I've talked about that enough, especially because I feel like that one was kind of my fault. But let's talk about a couple other things I encountered with these kits. I ran out of drills in one spot. I mentioned that to you. Is that where I thought that the hair didn't look good though? Because I can't fault that if that... No, because I ran out of drills on this kit. I ran out of a couple drills over here, but you can't even tell, and that's not a big deal. So we're not even gonna count, like really mess with that. I had a couple of issues with clumping, which they have resolved, I think, since then. There's a lot of in the hybrid kit, because that was, I think the hybrid version of this kit I purchased probably when the company was less than 2 months old. I ordered very soon after they opened. I paid for the hybrid kit with my own money. So that one had a lot of, it was all certain colors. So I would say 6 of these colors, mostly the pinks, had clumping in them. And by clumping, let me show you what I'm talking about. The drills were just stuck together. Now this did not bother me until the very end when I was running out of colors. Like the drills were stuck together, and some of the colors, it was very easy to break them apart, and then there was like one color that was so hard to break them apart. And so what I did was I stuck them in a pill bottle with a couple screws and shook, and it was fine. But it was kind of annoying because sticking them in the pill bottle and shaking it made them really staticky. Plus it's just not like, when you're in the groove and you're diamond painting, you don't want to stop and do all that. So it wasn't the most fun, but Amber has, like I said, I'm thinking she's really mostly fixed this problem. I did encounter it only in 2 colors on the hand rendered, but I even know a couple months ago, Amber was saying there's a couple of colors that were still having clumping issues and that they were taking care of that. And that was, like I said, 2 months ago that I saw that on her social media. So I'm thinking that this issue is, if not fully resolved, they are working very hard to have it fully resolved. The clumping's not a deal breaker to me at all. Was it slightly annoying? Yes, but not a deal breaker. It wouldn't make me hesitant to do more kits in the future, especially because I think it's not nearly as prevalent in their kits. It got most annoying obviously when I was in like the last section and really running low on drills, but other than that, really wasn't that bad. The other issue that I had was I had a couple areas that were a little more gappy and then a couple areas that were a little more tight. The grid field's been fixed since these kits came out, so I also think that that is something they probably had feedback about and worked immediately to fix. So that's not a big deal there. I only had one color that I ran out of, so I don't think that was super big deal. I will say the drills were a little bit trashy, a little bit more trashy than what I'm used to working with, but not a deal breaker either, because trash doesn't bother me. You just pick it out and you move on, and as long as there's enough drills to cover it, with minus that one exception there was, it really doesn't bother me. And I wouldn't even say, I tried to collect the trash and then I quit because I kind of got a little lazy, so I'm sorry about that. But I will say, did I do something? Maybe I'm the reason that I ran out of drills, because I feel like I pulled this color up. I could be the reason that I ran out of that color drill. I don't remember if maybe I spilt them or put them in the wrong spot or something. So it could very well be me. And like I said, I only ran out of 20 drills. So I need to take more thorough notes apparently while I'm working. But I will say that when I looked at a tray of the drills, it wasn't like, oh, 50% of these are trash. It was not nearly that high. It was just slightly more than I'm used to seeing, but still I would say like not even 10%. Math is not my strong suit, so don't hold me hard and fast to percentages, but I will just say it wasn't like so much that it was negatively impacting the experience by any means. I'm trying to think what else I want to talk to you guys about. These were our special drill colors here. I'm not going to really go over them because I've just talked so much about all of this in the times that I've been doing all my updates, but they were very similar, the specials. Let's see. This one had Did this one have crystals? Let's look real fast. Hang on. Let's do some comparing. Maybe we will take a minute. ABs, this one had 3, and then I have 2 dust. That's a normal color. This had an AB, 3, and then crystal. This one had glitter. I love the glitter ones. And 2 dust. So this one had a lot more specials going on. This one had 3 ABs and 2 dust. A blue one. Oh my gosh. I just threw that thing across the whole room. I'm not going to be able to get it easily either. I'm going to open it so you can see a little better. Take the dryer sheet out. There's the blue. I really did like the blue and purple. Their dust drills are beautiful. So their specials were a little bit less. And then over here we had 3 ABs, a blue, a pink, and a purple. And then 2 dust. Oh, these aren't the dust. Yes, they are. Dark blue and dark purple. And then these were called Cosmic Glitter. That's what they're called. They are really cool. They have like a gold flaky coating on top of them. They're called Cosmic Glitter. They are not in the hybrid kit. They're only in the hand rendered version. And then we have a crystal prism, which is just a crystal color. Also not in the hybrid kit. It was only in the hand rendered kit. So more specials, and then I feel like they were better charted. And then 2 moon dust. I did forget 1 AB. There was a blue AB in the hybrid. So the hybrid had 4 ABs, 2 moon dust. And the hand rendered had 3 ABs, 2 moon dust, 2 cosmic glitter, and a crystal prism. And then I think the round versions of these kits, because you can get it in squares or rounds, might have different specials. So that's something you'd have to consult the website on. But yeah, I think I'm not going to go over exactly like where every single one was in the kit, because you've seen it kind of as I've been working on it. And I did that big pan over. Plus, I think I'd be here 20 more minutes trying to find all of these specials in this kit. It would just be almost impossible, I think. But overall, I had so much fun comparing these 2 kits. Let's take a minute and talk cost. So size-wise, they're pretty much the same. We're talking half an inch, less than half an inch bigger for one than the other. So not even enough to really talk about. Let's talk cost. The hybrid version of this kit is $80.99. So you're talking $81. Whereas the hand rendered version is $94.99. So you're talking $95. There are discount codes. I have like an affiliate where I could get you 15% off. And right now, Preston Place is having a really good summer sale through the month of August that I recommend you take advantage of if you want to try them out. If you buy 2 kits, you get 20% off. Anything more than 2 kits, 3 kits and up, 25% off your order. And this does not count for the subscription boxes, but it will count for mini sets that are already put together. Not if you create your own mini bundle, but if you get one of the bundle sets that's already put together. I think as far as price wise, I would spend the extra $14 for a hand rendered kit, because I like the way the hand rendered overall looks compared to the hybrid charted. I am going to let Amber know that maybe her face could be tidied up just a little bit in rendering. But other than that, I really like the way that the hand rendered came out. I like the amount of work that the hand rendered kit required out of diamond painting from me. And I think that they're really special. I will say, I know Amber and Lucas are moving away from hybrid charted kits because a lot of people feel similarly than the way I do about hand rendered. And I think that while there are some hybrid charted kits on the site that were there when it first started, I don't think they're really actively right now putting new hybrid kits onto the website. So if you see this kit and you fall in love with it, you can go seek out other hybrid charted kits on the site, but anything new going forward is probably going to be hand rendered for the time being, as far as I know. So there are a lot of kits on the site now that are just being uploaded as hand rendered, and there is no hybrid chart version to that, if that makes sense. So I had so much fun with this. The experience of working on 2 kits at once taught me a lot. It was a little crazy, especially when I got to the last 2 rows. That's when I really started being antsy to have them finished. I kind of spoke about that as well too, where I was like this close to being done, and then I went back and had 2 more rows and was like, oh my goodness. But other than that, I thoroughly enjoyed diamond painting both of them. So if I'm gonna get, it taught me I really do just enjoy diamond painting, and I really don't mind as long as I'm having overall fun. If this kit was 5 times as big, I might have gotten overwhelmed with it, but I didn't mind working on it with this much confetti at this size point, just because I loved it. I love the image. I love the artwork. Brittany Keller's artwork is stunning. Preston Place does have a few more of her kits on their site, and I'm gonna need all of them. They have another really beautiful sunroom one with like the sunlight streaming in that I'm obsessed with. There's one with her like camping and she's reading a book. I'm obsessed with that one. I'll put both those images up for you guys. I need both those immediately. And Brittany Keller's Instagram is beautiful too. She does a lot of like romance cover book, like cover art, and I just am obsessed with her artwork. I really hope that Preston Place can get some of her Christmas stuff. Oh, because it's adorable. So I was really excited to work on a Brittany Keller art piece as my first like big comparison project. So I hope you guys really enjoyed seeing me compare these 2 kits next to each other. I hope you learned something and kind of enjoyed like the full experience of 2 full reviews at one time. Let me know down below if you liked this type of video where I compared these 2 kits, and if I forgot to tell you anything, because I've never done a comparison video. So if I forgot anything, I can maybe discuss it in this week's vlog or something. But other than that, I think that's all I have. I'll have Preston Place linked down below so that if you want to take advantage of their summer sale, you can check them out. I'll also have both of these kits linked down below so that you can see each one without getting confused on which one is which. I will say they make it pretty clear in the listing which one's hybrid and which one's hand rendered, but just to eliminate all confusion, thank you again to Amber for sending me the hand-rendered version of this kit over. I had so much fun working on this project, and I hope you had fun watching along with me. So that's it for today's video, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.